Hi, I'm Tara Christie, President and CEO of Banyan Gold. Thanks for taking a couple minutes to watch our presentation. We have an exciting company building gold resources in the Yukon, and we believe it's a perfect time for us in this gold market. So Banyan now has over 1.1 million ounces in the inferred category of gold resources and over 200,000 in the indicated category. Just on May 25th of this year, we announced our initial resource on our AurMac property. It's a pit-constrained resource of over 900,000 ounces at 0.35. It's located in a great part of the Yukon, adjacent to the newest gold mine in Canada, Victoria Gold's Eagle mine. And what's really exciting is this is also a near surface, on surface project, which could be potentially heap leach mineable. And I'll tell you a bit more about it as we move along. We also have a second property down in southeast Yukon where we've got over 500,000 ounces, over 236,000 in the indicated category at a grade of 0.85. It's also on surface, near surface, and we believe it could potentially be open pit heap leach mineable. Yukon really is experiencing a new gold rush, particularly with Victoria Gold's Eagle mine producing over 200,000 ounces per year. They're our immediate neighbor, and they're also a key shareholder. We're also immediately adjacent to Alexco's Keno Hill Silver District, which is a huge district-wide silver mineralization area. The Yukon's been hot ever since Kamenak was taken out by Goldcorp and now Newmont. And we've also seen that Yukon has been very successful in preventing the spread of COVID. Early in the days, the Yukon government made mining an essential service, and we were able to keep operating. There's been no active cases at the present time. There were no deaths and no hospitalizations, which means that we've already started our field season and drilling for this year. Here's just a comparison of how we rate versus our peers, other companies with similar type resources. Our current valuation is just $11 an ounce. The average market cap is about $28 per ounce. You can see the valuation of white gold, which is also in the Yukon, is clearly over $77 per ounce. We have some great names as shareholders. Many of our shareholders are mining industry professionals. We also benefit from the two largest miners in the Yukon, Victoria Gold and Alexco. Victoria Gold, of course, is building the Eagle Gold mine just 40 kilometers away from us, and Alexco has the Keno Hill Silver District. We were able to bring in a Cisco on the strength of our technical model as an equity financing in late in 2019, and that's what enabled us to do the final drilling to put together this initial resource. We have just under $1 million in the bank today, and we do have some options and warrants, which are in the money, which we expect will bring in some additional cash to fund our current drill program and potentially an expanded drill program. We have a very low burn rate. You'll see that we put together that resource at less than $2 per ounce, which we think really shows value for our shareholders. There's where we're located, the orange block. We're right near Victoria Gold to the north. They're set to produce over 200,000 ounces per road. We have tremendous infrastructure, roads, power, communication, and even an airport. It's a safe jurisdiction where you can permit a mine, which is a clear example is Victoria Gold again. And another really important thing is that the First Nation knows and understands mining and has a settled land claim agreement, and our discovery cost of less than $2 per ounce. So here's an image you can see in the picture where the airstrip and the power line are located. You can see to the left-hand side of the image is the power line going roughly north-south in the image, and then the main Yukon government year-round maintained highway. And the road with the sharp curve, that is Victoria Gold's access road. And you can see that there's an old airstrip underneath what we've called the airstrip zone. This is the first property also that I've ever worked on that's had cell phone coverage right from the drill. So infrastructure, infrastructure, infrastructure. You can also see the square cleared area. That's the substation, which comes off the main hydroelectric dam and powers Victoria Gold. What also is very exciting is how robust this model is. We did the pit at $1,500 gold price, and you can see there's mineralization extending well beyond the pit shell, and we have lots of targets to follow up. We know that both of these deposits are open, and we've got very well developed targets based on our modeling. But what's exciting is also how similar it looks to Victoria Gold. If you are to increase the cutoff grade to 0.3, it reduces the ounces by less than 20%, by less than 15%, sorry, and increases the gold grade by over 20% to an average grade of 0.65 grams per ton. That's right on par with the life of mine grade of the Eagle Gold mine at 0.63 grams per ton. So here's just a quick image of our drilling. Our targets are, of course, to continue to build ounces at Airstrip and Powerline. We know that with the 1,500 meters of drilling that we're going to be doing, we're confident we can build the resource over 1 million ounces. And we'll be drilling both Airstrip and Powerline. But it's a huge property, has lots of potential. We've drilled less than 1% of the 92 square kilometers on the property. Our third priority target is Oryx Hill, where we have a 10 kilometer squared coincident gold and arsenic anomaly with known grades of up to 8 grams in near surface gold. Where the 2 is located in the gold image, you can see there was once a prospector that took out over 16 tons of over 2 ounce material from some northwest trending veins, just him and his son and an excavator. Very exciting. We also have targets of a potential buried intrusive. That's the feeder zone for all the near surface gold. Newmont once had this property and left a treasure map saying drill here for buried intrusive, but we also have our own structural analysis and geophysics. We've identified some potential areas where we should be drilling for a potential buried intrusive in the future. We know that there's the potential for Keno Hill style silver veins. Birmingham is fabulously rich, and to the north of us at Alexco's property, we see some stringers of that style of mineralization through our Airstrip and Powerline zones. And we also know the eastern end of our property has potential for that style of mineralization. So lots of targets on our AurMac property. We're drilling now, which is very exciting. A quick mention about our Highland gold project. We also like it. We think it's a near surface, on surface deposit. You can see those trenches are in mineralization in the photo at the top of the slide. That red body is the resource. It daylights at surface. We're focused on the oxide material, which is within about 75 meters of surface, has good oxide recoveries, about 86% from column leach tests. We know that that resource is in just 900 meters of strike length, or 0.5 a kilometer, of our 186 square kilometer land package there. We've traced that same structure up another 1.2 kilometers. So we think it's reasonable to say that there's potentially 1 million ounces in the main zone, which we think is really exciting. But the property also has lots of other near surface targets where we have known gold up to 4.4 grams per ton. And lots of areas still is underexplored on this property. We've got a team that really knows how to do exploration. We know how to spend shareholders' dollars well, right from, we've got all the skills from exploration all the way through permitting and development, as well as some reach to the capital markets. ESG is very important for today's investors. I'd love to tell you more about it. We do a lot with the First Nation community and charities and do a lot with kids, and we certainly work hard to have a social license to work where we operate. So we think it's a perfect time for Banyan. We think we'll see ourselves be re-rated as we move into our season with drilling. We'll have news flow through the season with drill results and other news. We now have a resource of over 900,000 ounces inferred. We brought that for shareholders at less than $2 per ounce. And with our current valuation of just $11 per ounce, we think it's a great time for investors to be hearing our story. Thank you very much. We hope that you set up a time for a meeting.